If you're a consultant, freelancer, or creative agency and need clients fast, here are 13 proven tactics you can do right now to get your first clients in the next 30 days. And why do I talk to you about this? Because I've been running my own design agency for about 18 years. In the end of last year, we had to get some clients in really, really fast because we have finished all our projects. And we've actually tested some of the tactics that I'm going to share with you. And all 13 tactics that I'm sharing with you, we have used and they have given us results. Some more and some less. So let's dive right in. First one, warm outreach. You can message 20 past clients or all your clients that you had from the past 3 years, for example, with a simple check-in. You can ask how their project turned out, and you can also ask what they are working on right now. And here's something that you can say. Hi, I was just reflecting on, and then the project that you delivered, and wondering what's on your radar for the next coming quarter, anything I can help you with. And this gives them room to answer and also to let you in on what they are working on and if there are any opportunities that you can support them with. Number 2, referral ask. You have past clients that know other people or other companies that need what you do, but most of the time they don't think of recommending you. So you have to remember them what you do and make it easy for them by telling them exactly who you help and what problem it is that you solve. So you need to help them remember what it is that you do by telling them what it is exactly, who you're helping, and then what the problem is that you're solving. So you can call your 5 best clients and tell them, look, I'm taking on 2 to 3 new projects this quarter. Who do you know that's in need of? And then your specific problem that you're solving or the service that you're providing. Could you do me a quick intro to who you know might need this? Number 3, LinkedIn outreach. And this is a cold one. So first you have to find people that are a good prospect and then engage with their content for a couple of days. Then after that, you're going to send them a personalized request. When you're friends, you can go into their DM and have a normal, regular conversation. Only then when you have a conversation, can you let them know about your services and check if they potentially need your services. Number 4, host a free workshop or a free webinar. This has worked really well for us. We've gotten double-digit clients by doing this. Of course, this requires a bit of a preparation. So you need to first create the workshop and you also need to do a bit of a warm-up. I would say 2 weeks of posting and promoting this because you want to have a full seat in your workshop to be able to do this. But here you're not just going to pitch. Here you're going to share your knowledge and solve a problem for them and give them a sort of a step-by-step or a tutorial or some sort of a blueprint. And at the end, of course, you're going to pitch your services. But this is more of a give, and then get or ask. But this is a perfect way for you to show your thought leadership, to show your expertise, and to put you on their radar, either if they need your services now or later. Number 5, reactivate proposals. So here you're going to email every prospect that has received a proposal from you in the past 6 months, but they actually didn't follow through. They didn't sign it. They didn't do anything with it. They kind of like end up in no man's land. So what you're doing here is you're checking in again with them. Hi, it's a new year. Do you need a new project? Are you working on anything specific? Can we continue with this? Number 6, do strategic partnerships. For us, this has worked extremely well. And what I mean with this is you find 10, for example, complementary companies that have the same audience as you, but that are not competing with you. So for us in our design agency, it was manufacturers and suppliers. We've partnered up with different manufacturers across the world, and our design clients, when they needed a manufacturer, we suggested them. And when they had clients that needed design support and product development, they recommended us. And the same thing thing has been with fabric suppliers. If we had a project that we knew this particular supplier had fantastic fabrics for, of course, we opted for them instead. And the same from their side. If they had clients that needed design and product development support and strategy, they always recommended us. And so with some, we had a kickback system. With some, we just had an agreement. This is a fantastic way to fill your pipeline for many years. Number 7, publish at least one LinkedIn post that shows your expertise. And here we're talking about either case studies or some sort of a process that you're sharing, a step-by-step, an exact framework on what it is that you do, how you're thinking about things, how you're approaching things. You're sharing the what, but they come to you later for the implementation. So you're not actually telling them exactly how you do it, because that's your intellectual property. That's your way of doing things, but you're telling them what they need to be doing and what you did for this client that got them a particular result. They get to see your thought process and they get to see your expertise. And it's also something that can be shareable and something that you can from a LinkedIn post, you can post this on a lot of other platforms as well, or also share it in your email. Number 8, offer discovery audits. Offer a free 20-minute audit or assessment to qualified prospects. And here we're looking for you to diagnose their problem, but do not hard sell. Why this works is because you get to show that you know your stuff, but you're not actually solving their problem. They would have to hire you or pay you to actually deliver that. This has worked really well for us in terms of looking at collections. So we've been able to quickly scan through a collection and say, this is what we would do if you would hire us, and this is why it works and why it doesn't work. And then we would go into the details and exactly how to position it, what to change, what not to change later once they hired us. Number 9, reactivate your email list. If you're not already using your email list as your most powerful tool, you should definitely get back to that. And in terms of reactivating it here, if you're not consistently sending out newsletters to your email list or to your followers, what you could do now is to just amp it up a bit, send some new insights or a trend report or a research or some industry predictions, at least something that is really, really valuable that they will absolutely love and take a look at, and not just be like, yeah, a new email, and then kind of like scroll past it. So it needs to give them a great insight and a lot of your knowledge, basically. And what you're doing here and why this matters is because you're basically showing them again that you exist and that you need to be top of mind. Number 10, do outreach to almost clients. Every year there are these clients that never sign up, that never answer your emails, that just basically ghost you. So here the purpose with this is that maybe the timing wasn't good for them, or they found someone else, or as long as it's not a no, it's a potential yes, right? So you have to keep asking and keep popping into their inbox. And so here you might get back and say, only with a short message, this doesn't need to be this lengthy email, but you might say something like, wanted to circle back. If timing wasn't right before, is there a better time this quarter? And then mention your specific project, and then just leave it at that. Number 11, share your specific process. That's why behind the scenes are really important, because anybody, especially now with AI tools, they can deliver a really great outcome. But what's almost more important is for your clients to know the thinking behind and the process behind why you would deliver a certain thing. So here it's really interesting for them to see what you did and why you want to do it that way, because this builds confidence and it shows that you know your stuff. And it also is the thing that differentiates you from the other competitors that they might talk to. And here to actually do it in a tangible way, you're documenting your typical project, the process in about 5 to 7 steps, and then you're creating a simple visual and then put it somewhere publicly. You have a brief explanation of why you work this way and how this benefits your client. And then they can see it whenever they want, or you can also show it when you're talking to them. So it's something that, again, keeps you top of mind and they can constantly follow your thinking and your thought process. Number 12, this one's really important and very powerful, and it's showcasing case studies. And here we're talking about the great work that you did for someone, but you actually have proof. It's quite common that a lot of us, we do fantastic work for our clients, but we never actually show exactly the process, the step-by-step, or exactly what happened from the moment the client came to you when it was only an idea to the finished project and the deliverable, and also the entire transformation and the benefits that the customer got at the end of the project. And the way you do this is that you pick the best project from the last year. Of course, you need to talk to this client to ask if they are okay with you using their work. And then you write a couple of paragraphs about it, the problem, the solution, and then the result. And then you email this to your list and post, of course, about this on all your social media. You can also do small video clips about this and just basically put it out there so other people can see what results they could be getting if they use your services. And number 13, and this one is do guest appearances. And the purpose with this is that you want to leverage someone else's audience, because other people have built their audiences and they have the same client that you want to reach. So we're talking about podcasts, newsletters, YouTube channels. You want to get in front of those people. So make a list of 5 podcasts or shows in your industry that you want to be a guest on, and then pitch yourself to one or a couple of them. Focus on the value that you're giving to this audience and make sure that you're not just talking about yourself and your business, but that you're actually solving some sort of a problem for them, or give them a step-by-step or some sort of a blueprint or some way tactical thinking that only you can provide. And this is really powerful. I've been a guest on a couple of podcasts and it's massive, and it's also quite a lot of fun. And I have a bonus tip that many that are busy actually don't do enough. We don't do this enough, and I always remind myself that I need to do it more, but it's really powerful to follow up at least 3 times. No matter if you're DMing someone or emailing someone or calling someone, if you can at least follow up 3 times. For me, if I've followed up 3 times, I'm like, okay, that's it. It's not a good idea. Then I wait and then come back, let's say 6 months later or a year later, because the timing might not have been good, or they might not see you have what they want. So maybe let your portfolio grow. You have better case studies, and then you come back. But at least make sure that you do follow up regularly 3 times before you say, is it yes, no, or maybe later. This could be quite powerful, because then they could get a fairly simple way to opt out. Either say no, sorry, good luck, or they say yes, awesome, and then you proceed. Or if they say maybe later, then at least you know that you can absolutely follow up a 4th, 5th time later when it potentially is a better time for them. I'm sure you've now seen that there's some sort of a red thread throughout all these tactics, and they are that you need to be a human first, that it's not intended to spam your clients or potential clients. They're supposed to start a conversation, to get to know each other, to see that you're absolutely that you can be of service to them, and then you're coming to them from a helping position. You're not there to just take their money. Of course, they should pay you for the great work that you're doing, but first of all, remember to be a human, and again, start a conversation, because especially now with AI, this is quite rare. Everybody's in the DMs, including me, trying to get work, as we do, because we're a business, right? So it's completely legit. But remember to to be a human first and respect people if they say no. But if they do, thumbs up, move ahead, and just get that project going. That's a wrap. Definitely give these a try. There's a downloadable as well, so you can have as a checklist just to remind you what you need to do. And of course, some of these work better, but you need to give them a try, especially if you want to find new clients fast. And as I mentioned in the beginning, all these worked for us. We have gotten clients from every single point that I just told you. And also, if you like what you see, subscribe and help us grow this channel so we can support more creatives and freelancers and agency founders to grow their business.